Why are communication skills so important for STEM professionals? So first, I would say that being a STEM professional myself, being a scientist, and since I went through the entire, high school, university, PhD, even the entire process, I feel that we get taught many technical stuff, and that's great because at the end of the day, the technical knowledge is what makes us so valuable in the job market. But I feel that this other part of communication skills, explaining your work, making sure that you know how to explain your work in a way that it's not a nightmare for you. Like how many STEM professionals you know that say, I hate presentations, I hate having to write reports, write theses, like that's the worst part. Why is it that way? I feel that during our education part, during our university days and even PhD for some of us, we are so focused on the technical side that all of a sudden when we come to these career positions that require us to manage people, to talk to people who are outside of our field, outside of our bubble, we sort of get lost. And this is where I feel this kind of our education basically left us completely unprepared for that part. There are many examples of that. For example, one that just comes to me is thinking of a professor. I'm sure that you had at least one professor at university who was the best expert in their specific field, but when time comes to explain their work and actually teach students, they're absolutely the worst. Or those conferences, for example, when you know that the person who is speaking and giving the talk is an expert, but yet you feel super lost whenever you listen to them. And this is just one side of the equation. The other side would definitely be some more mundane, if you will, tasks like giving a progress report at your job and progressing in your career. More often than not, especially working in some industry fields, our career progress as STEM professionals depends on people who are completely outside our fields or completely unfamiliar with the technical work that we are doing. So how do we make sure that we explain to those people the importance and relevance of our work? And I feel communication skills here and actually having the ability to make sure that people who are from outside our fields understand the importance of our work is something that gives you instant career progress. Why is that so? Because when people tend to have a better opinion of us when they understand us. And that's something completely human and completely normal. It makes sense that a person who doesn't understand you will think, okay, I'm not sure what this person is talking about, so I better take a step back. And this exact thing happens when we are explaining our work or our progress to some managers who are maybe caring about completely different stuff. Like we are so into our protocols and algorithms, whereas they are thinking in terms of profit, margins, saving time, making some processes more efficient and faster. So that's where I feel there is this gap that I'm trying to fill in with my coaching and actually teach STEM professionals how they can take the power when it comes to explaining and speaking up and explaining their work in a way that's not only understandable for other people, but also enjoyable for them. Because many times people say, yeah, but I feel that if I focus so much on other people, on my audience, I really don't enjoy it myself. But I feel that enjoying it comes with really making sense of your work. It sort of gives you this platform to make sure that people are on board with you, which I feel it's very, very empowering and also very, very good for your career. So if you are a STEM professional, specifically if you're a scientist, a data scientist, engineer, developer, or any other STEM professional, and you feel that your career is really not where it should be or not where it could be because of this lack of communication skills, not because of the lack of technical skills, which I'm sure that you have more than enough and that you're super suitable for that role that you want, yet people who are deciding on whether you should get that role or not, get that grant or not, get that money for that experiments and that project that you want, those people are not quite there yet. So how it is our job to make sure that those people start caring about the things that we care, and explain our work in a way that they not only can care, but they can also understand it's important. So if you are a STEM professional and you feel that you are struggling with this part, whenever you have to present your work, you're panicking, you're procrastinating, it's really something that puts a lot of weight on you in terms of career progress, in terms of life, basically. If you just hate it and you're like, I don't want to talk about my work, I hate it, but yet you have to do it because of that career progress, applying for grant, writing proposals, and so on. If you feel that this is something that's not really working right now in your life and career, I am inviting you to join my coaching program, in which we have a very, very hands-on approach. Like, this is not school. We don't want that. We did enough of school. What we want is really application. Like, how do I apply all of those things that I've learned at communication courses? Because I'm sure you've taken many of them, because STEM professionals tend to be problem solvers. So if we see a problem, we tend to go and okay, what is the solution? I'm bad at communication. What is the solution? Another communication course. But the thing that I feel happens with communication courses is that they explain what should be done. Like, you should structure your report in that way, or you should do this and that, but they don't explain how do you actually do it. Like, when you're at home and you're staring at a blank page, starting not knowing where to start from, how do you get there? So this is exactly what we do in my coaching program. We work very, very hands-on. So you bring your specific problem and we work on that specific problem and how to solve it. So if you feel that you would be interested in something like that, I will leave a link down below in the description where you can schedule a completely free discovery call with me. And in that call, we can discuss some of your issues and challenges that you're facing right now in your career and see if we are a good fit to work together. So hopefully you found this video useful, and see you next time. Bye bye.